Oh hell, what a mess. Good morning. Let's do some cooking this morning. What do you think? What? Hold on. Some eggs, some sausage. Dozen eggs means I need dozen sausage, which means, yeah, I've got enough sausage. Awesome. Alright, warm pan. Avocado oil. Yeah, avocado oil. Absolutely. Works good. Alright, screwing around with the damn camera now. I'm a little bit behind. That works, right? Sausage patties and eggs. And if you're gonna eat them right now, you can do over easy, over medium, or whatever. Kind of hard to store them with the yolks not busted. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and Bob's drunk. I think I put a couple more sausage patties around the outside edge. Yeah, they're not flat in there, I understand that, but they will start defrosting, cook faster, because the sausage takes a lot longer to cook than the eggs. Now these here, probably can't tell, these here are pretty thick sausage patties, maybe you can tell. These are really nice. These are Swan sausage. You get your Swans, man, to come by your house and buy you some sausage from Swans. Don't be afraid to spend you a couple of dollars on some eggs too. None of that cheap ass egg crap. Get good eggs. Yeah. You can use olive oil. Olive oil has a taste like olive oil. Coconut oil works pretty good, doesn't have a lot of taste. I've actually got some that is, this is non-liquid, this is 70 degree or whatever it is, so I mean, yeah, it's not liquid, but a tablespoon of it is really soft. You can put it in there and it works fine, it works really good. But avocado oil is a little harder to find. It's got a high smoke point, 500 degrees. Absolutely awesome. Plus, for all you keto people out there, it's avocado. 10 grams fat per serving. What? Yeah. I don't like avocados. I don't like to eat avocados. Use avocado oil in your cooking. Absolutely. Yeah. Roll them around a little bit so they can get a different side to defrost. As they start shrinking, if you'll notice, that third one over there fell down, so now I got 3 flat. Just pay attention to which one's which. Kind of rotate them out that way, you know. Egg's not quite ready. That is a little bit of learning curve. Lots of variables there. I really think your inverter probably has something to do with that too. Eggs, they are particular as far as cooking. You know, you gotta watch that temperature, make sure you got enough oil, don't got too much oil. Yeah, I mean, you know, you could use a couple skillets, you know, if you wanted to have one skillet for the sausage, one for the eggs, or do them all separately. I do like a week's worth at a time. Okay, 6 days, 6 days. So you do a dozen. 2 eggs, 2 sausage a day. 6 days. Do it all at once. That means you got one cleanup, because it does. It takes some water to clean this stuff up. And I said water, not just handy wipes. Because, yeah, it's a lot of cleanup. I use that as like a Wilton little cake pan or whatever it is, non-stick, in this aroma. It works pretty good. I used to use like a George Foreman. Worked pretty good for sausage. Worked really good for something else that I cook a lot. Pork chops? Yeah. So the George Foreman, or the cheap Foreman, you know, Walmart special, $18, like about that big, fits 2 pork chops or big old chicken breast on it. Handy dandy, perfect for a truck, as long as you got an inverter. You know, you can't plug it in. Those plug-in things, those 12-volt things, they all suck. I use that George Foreman-ish grill. I got a microwave, yeah, you know, you gotta warm this stuff back up. I use that George Foreman grill for, I don't know how many years. And it's not like it quit whenever I got rid of it. I handed it down to somebody else. And I got this here, because I not only like frying eggs and sausage for breakfast, I like to do this scramble thing to where you take, you know, pound sausage and a dozen eggs and do the thing. I'll have to do one of those, put it on the channel. I've done it before. I posted on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that, showing some pictures of it. Of course, then when I do that, then I gotta have sour cream, and I gotta have a little Tabasco, and gotta have 4 colored peppers, and onion, and yeah, a lot of stuff, and fill this thing up, buddy. And with a dozen eggs, it makes about 6-7 days worth of, you know, because you got a pound of sausage. You got about a pound of sausage with, you know, a dozen sausage patties somewhere in there. Yeah, it works out the same. The only difference is you add more fiber with your, you know, vegetables. But, you know, vegetables are each to their own. I also like to, whenever I do it, you can do some Rotel tomatoes in it. Yeah. Game changer. Got a little steam going on here today. I don't know why it's steamy so much. You know, you keep your pan clean. You don't got to worry about them sticking quite as much or whatever. Still enough oil in there. Eggs, little pat, pat, pat. Like I say, you see it takes a lot longer for sausage than it does for the eggs. So if you can make sure to keep sausage in here that's defrosting, it will cook quicker. As far as that goes, I could stick another one over there. See, it's out of the way. Ain't gotta worry about it. No issues. This aroma has got, it's got the little grooves on it, kind of like the George Foreman does, which is pretty nice. So you're not setting in the juices and everything. They kind of steam it or whatever. Yeah, it works pretty good. You know, cleans up real well. And I'll show you that here in a little bit. We'll put some water in there. We'll do dishes, because I mean, I don't have a lot of dishes. You know, I got cutting boards and you know, plates and utensils and all that stuff. And I typically, what I've got, I've got a pump because I do bulk water underneath my bunk. But I've got jugs. So I've got, half-gallon jugs, liter jugs or whatever. Typically, I can clean all of what I do for my breakfast, for my week-long breakfast, with half-gallon water. Got one of these bad boys right here. Got a little Dawn dishwashing liquid. Got one of these little scrub brushes. Put a little Dawn with some water in it to where it's diluted, because I mean that stuff suds up. If you use too much soap, you will use more water. That's just, I mean, that's all there is to it. One of these dish pans right here, handy dandy. You know, it's great. But if you learn how to heat your water and not contaminate your water in your, especially if you use like an aroma, or if I had a little bit more room, I would get like one of those Ninjas, the air fryer pressure full. Oh crap, buddy. You could do some food in there. Yeah, you could have me a couple dish towels so I don't have to use so many paper towels. I mean, paper towels work, absolutely, but dish towels for all the cleanup like this, when you're using water, you don't gotta worry about throwing them away. That saves a little bit of, recycling or trash, because I mean, we create enough trash as it is. So yeah, so for breakfast, like I say, we'll have 2 eggs, 2 sausage patties, half grapefruit, half avocado, and I do believe might have a little bit of high-fat yogurt with some berries in it. So, not a coffee drinker. Drink Mountain Dew for, well, I say I have, because I haven't drank Mountain Dew in a couple years now. But I drank Mountain Dew for years. That was my morning coffee. Every morning I had to have me a, Mountain Dew. I do like my White Monster, my Ultra, the Zero Monsters. They're great. They're not a morning drink, not at all. So, started doing sparkling water, and then you can get you some Mio. And they've got a couple of them. This one, green. Yep, it's Mountain Dew. Yep. You can go a little heavier, a little lighter if you want to, whatever. With sparkling water, Mountain Dew. The red one, Code Red Mountain Dew. Who doesn't like Code Red Mountain Dew? Everybody likes Code Red Mountain Dew. Same deal, buddy. Well, that was all great, fine and dandy. Talked about, cutting down a little bit on waste. So what I did, I got me one of them soda streams. You ever heard of one of those? You take your water that you buy in bulk gallons, 5 gallons. I bring mine from the house because, like I said, I got bulk water. I carry 12-gallon with me. It's one of them soda streams. You can make in the soda stream your own sparkling water. No sugar. Talk to the camera too much and I'll end up burning my damn eggs. I do believe those first 2 are ready. First 2. That's the third. Let's see. This one's been defrosted longer, so it can go over there. That one. And then that leaves me spot to put 2 more in there to defrost. Because I do this all the time, I got myself some of these containers that nest really well. Nice tops on them. Fit in my fridge really well. So I can put an egg in there. I can put sausage in there. Good to go, right? oil. It won't hurt you. It's not like vegetable oil. Don't use vegetable oil. That's bad for you. All oil is not created equal. Do a little research on it. You'll find vegetable oil is about as bad for you as sugar. Kind of like eating chewing gum. Vegetable oil gets in your system and doesn't come out. I like a black pepper with my eggs. Yeah, it's probably the worst part of this for me. You know, it's supposed to be bad for your prostate, right? Oh, that might be a better position. Yeah. What do you say? Better not have any of that audio in the background. Somebody else's damn audio. Make sure to leave your window down to where all that smoke will go out the window. Most of the smoke will go out the window. Steam, whatever you want to call it. It's not smoke, it ain't burning anything. Gotta keep moving through it. One cook, get another one cooked. Like I say, if you can see, we got 4 eggs, 4 sausage patties, because I keep moving them through. They start catching up, because you just keep defrosting. Yeah, you know, could probably do it a little bit better. Could do it a little bit, could do it a lot worse. I'm no chef by any means. And I'm sure y'all been thinking like 6 days, even if you got 4 or 2 of these, that's only 4 days. You got 5 days worth of store. That's a lot of storage to put in a refrigerator. So yeah, so what you do on one of them, put extra sausage patties. So you got 4 sausage patties on 2 eggs. So then you'll have 4 eggs on the other side. You'll still have room for 2 more sausage patties. So you'll have 6 eggs, 6 eggs, 6 sausage patties in one container. And in the other container, you'll have 2 eggs, 2 eggs, 2 sausage, 2 sausage. So you have 4 and 4. Everything fits really well. Then you've only got 2 containers that stack on one another, whatever, in your refrigerator. Yeah, you can have different containers if you want to. These work out pretty well. They got a little lip around there to where when you stack them on top of each other, they don't slide around too much. They lock down really well to where if they fall over, ain't gotta worry about anything. But just like any other cooking though, when you put this stuff in here, you want to let it cool down for a little bit, let it air out. That's hot right now. sure all you people out there that really know how to cook are probably cringing. They're like, oh my God, can't believe he's cooking like that. Yep, I am. Lost 50 pounds from cooking like this. And it's not because I got some disease or some crap either. This is real food, good cooking. So I was talking about high-fat yogurt a while ago. It's getting a little hard to find because, well, it's all about low fat. Yeah, no. Baye, 5% milk fat, no sugar added, 15 grams of protein. That's a lot of protein, right? Don't get crazy on it. Yeah. Baye. Yeah. All natural whole milk, Greek strained yogurt. Good stuff. Tastes like Famunda cheese. You gotta put something with it to flavor it. So I use berries. But you can't get crazy with them because berries. Yes, these are Sam's Club, Members Mark, triple berry blend. Walmart's got some too. There's a 3-pound bag or whatever they are, and they've got a 4-berry blend or whatever. But these got a lot of carbs in 3/4 of a cup. But I only use like 2 teaspoons. And just a little bit of your favorite artificial sweetener. See, doing stuff like that, then that allows you to have shrimp later. Yeah. Know which sausage is which, pay attention to them, so you can put them in either side, or if you need to put them in, you can do whatever. I knew that sausage had been cooking the longest. It's done, you can tell it's done. This one's getting pretty close. That one ain't far behind. That one's well defrosted, it's ready to cook, see? That one's fresh, that one's about defrosted, absolutely. Doing good. Good in the neighborhood. Pan nice and cleaned out. A little bit more oil, just a little bit. You don't get crazy with it. You get too much oil in there and then your eggs start bubbling and they look real funny. You can scramble your eggs in there if you want to. I bet. Even in this, I know you can in the Ninja because I've done it. That Ninja is awesome, honestly. If you got the room for the Ninja, that's probably the way to go. Well, I say room. You need a little bit bigger inverter too, because this one does pretty well. 1800 watts. So I got a 2500 watt inverter. It does pretty well. Those Ninjas, I think they got higher wattage on them, so you'd have to make sure before you got one. But you can do hard-boiled eggs. What? Put your, without the pan in there, of course. You put your eggs in there, put some water in there. Sure. Hard-boiled eggs are good for you too. All right, so let's talk about the soda stream. So you got your bottle here. It's got a fill line into it. Fill it up. Put that bad boy on there. How fizzy do you like your stuff? You go 1, 2, 3. That's medium fizz. 4, a little bit more. I go 5. 5. Now, that bottle of water right there cost you pennies. Pennies for that bottle of water. And you'll have 0 waste because the cartridge for these soda streams is a refillable container. No waste. This bottle is good for several years. It does have expiration date on it, absolutely. Whenever it comes time for it to be retired, it's a recyclable bottle. See, got the recycle right there on it. I say that plus any of these. So is the energy. It has caffeine in it, so it's your morning pick-me-up. Got you a little that. So the worst thing about that at this point is the red dye. You know, Propel, I'm not sponsored by Evil by any means. That's one of the best things Propel has going for it. I mean, other than, you know, it's pretty decent stuff. No dyes. None whatsoever. Blue dye, horrible for you. Red dye, horrible for you. Yellow dye, horrible for you. They're not as bad as the sugars and stuff. And even if you go to sodas, they've got both. So, yeah. Good to go. Yeah, I think I did pretty good. Last 2 eggs in the pan, last 4 sausages is in the pan. I told you that whole 6 eggs, 6 sausage in 1 container fits perfectly. Just like that. That means I can put up my salt and pepper and I can put up my oil, because guess what? I'm not gonna need it even when I get ready to eat here in a minute, because I pre-salted and peppered my eggs to my taste. I don't need them. You don't need to put too much salt and pepper on there. It's bad for you. Use it in moderation, just like anything else. So, we will get plates, bowls, utensils. Got something to drink. Yeah. All right. Like I said, half avocado, half a grapefruit. So, you know, you got to store it. Grapefruit stores fine in plastic bags. They do have grapefruit containers, like this avocado container. Half avocado goes right in there, stores it really well. They do have ones for grapefruits too. They got ones for onions, they got ones for all kinds of stuff. Those are kind of handy, you know, 0 waste. But my bag, I'll use a bag for a week. Why not? What are you putting in there? Same thing over and over and over again. It's not hurting it. It's not gonna kill you. Take the bag, pull it up a little bit, seal it because it will drip because there's, you know, grapefruit inside of it. I like to put it in my avocado container. Put it right back in the refrigerator. That's key right there. If you don't put this back in the refrigerator, even though it's empty, you gotta clean it up. Easy. Ready to go next time. So every other time you're cutting a fresh avocado, cutting a fresh grapefruit, cutting a fresh avocado, cutting a fresh grapefruit. Get your container. Now I've found that it really doesn't matter which artificial, whatever, natural flavor you want to use for sweetener. They all have to steep for a while, I guess you'd call it. Good to go. So do that first, that way that can set, be out of the way. You're not gonna want to eat your grapefruit while you're eating the rest of your food anyways, because, I mean, it's grapefruit. It's dessert. So, yogurt. What is serving size on yogurt? Cup. Wow, 5 grams in a cup. That's a lot of dang yogurt, right? You don't need a cup of yogurt. Wow, that's a serving right there, isn't it? That's all you need. You get all this other stuff anyways. This is just bonus. So I talked about the berries. And talked about the artificial sweetener, the stevia, the other flavor, you know, whatever. So your berries, they're a little tartish. They're not sweetened. You don't want to buy them sweetened because you don't want the crap they sweeten them with. The yogurt is very tart, very tart. So I got me a little container right here. And being I have an adequate sized refrigerator in my truck, put a couple berries in there, put some sweetener in there, let them defrost as opposed to being frozen in the freezer. So now it's ready to go. You can eat it as it is. You don't got to worry about them defrosting when you put them in there. So you got, you know, a couple teaspoons of berries, a little bit of berry juice. That's it. That's it. You don't got to put any more in there. That's enough. Avocado spoon. Well, I mean, not technically, but that's what it'll be used for. So, last few sausage patties over there cooking. I'm gonna be eating here real soon. Well mixed up. Let that set off to the side also. All right, so all the sausage out of the pan. Pan is empty. It's nice and warm, not too hot. Let it cool off for half a minute or whatever. Put a little water in there. Water in that pan, water in that pan. Because it's warm, it'll help to release some of the stuff on it. See that grease down in there? A little bit of Dawn. A little bit of Dawn. You can leave that low on warm or whatever. Put your lid back on it so it has steam in it. You can pour your water out of anything you want to pour it out of. Singles, half gallons, 3 liters, 1 gallons. I can say I got this pump. I put me a hose on it. Handy dandy. Got my water under the bunk. Just a little right in there. Ain't no thing. Everybody ain't got that. You know, I kind of, you know, might want to shame you a little bit if you're doing singles. It's a lot of waste. But glad you're drinking water. Water's good for you. Glad you got water. You need it. But if you can figure out a way to have refillables, go get them filled anywhere. Those are half gallon a piece. Absolutely. You know, those 5 gallons you can exchange, they're kind of pricey. I don't know what happened to them. You know, Walmart used to go back to the store and you could refill them for like a quarter a gallon or whatever it is. Now they got them up in front of the store and you want to exchange them for $15 for 5 gallons or whatever. That's crazy. But if you buy one of those, buy one of them pumps, they got the hand pump too. You don't gotta get the battery operated one. That was rechargeable. You ain't gotta put no batteries in it. Well, you got a house, your friends got a house, your neighbor's got a house, your whoever. Or you can buy the really cheap 1 gallon that you can't hardly keep in the truck because the gallons will fall apart at your local grocery or your Walmart or whatever, and refill it to where it's more portable for you. Because those gallons with that crappy top on them that comes right off, you know, the minute you touch them, they don't travel well. 5 gallon does. I got the blue containers with a screw on top and the petcock and all that stuff. Not that I can have them sitting out anywhere where I can have that thing, so that's why I got it under the bunk with the pump. Works really good. So, alright, cooked once. Breakfast for me. Egg sausage, yeah. There's your 4 and 4. There's your 6 and 6. What? That's 5 breakfasts, 6 breakfasts, cooked once, we'll clean up once. Truck drivers, how many days a week do you work? Yeah, you work all of them. Okay, whatever. If you prep your food like this, do your week's worth. If you're not going home. I mean, if you're going home, kudos. You can do this stuff at home. Absolutely. A lot freaking easier. Just have it all done right there in the house. Running water, all the things. But if not, do it in the truck. You got a week's worth, mostly. 6 days, 7th day. Even God rested on the 7th day, right? So, go out to eat somewhere on the 7th day. Change it up, have a little something different. You don't want to eat this every day, forever. You don't have to eat this every day forever. You can do it for a week, you can change it up for a week. Whatever you want to do. I like this, I really enjoy this. This is my breakfast, I enjoy. Bacon, bacon is freaking delicious, absolutely. You think sausage is messy, holy crap buddy, do some bacon in the truck. That is not fun. So, on your prep day, you have a meal, you have 5 more meals. So that gets you through 6 days. You got your hours burned up. You gotta take a 34-hour reset. Whatever, anyways. You re-prep again. Take your day off. Do your laundry. It's all about planning. Now, planning for me is, I plan to eat this, and we'll do a little cleanup in a minute, and we'll discuss what maybe go on the rest of the day. I got laundry to do today. Might go back to the gym today. Talk to you guys in a few. All right. Hell, let's try this out. It'll work. All right. So, clean up. Let's give it a little heat. Just a little bit. Just a little past 1. And we'll get power. Yes, I emptied that because it's meal prep time. It's the time of the week to prep meals. So it was ready to be out. It's only good for like a week, you know, because the berries are meant to be frozen. You go too long, you might get, you know, nasty berries. So don't. Yeah. Dishes. So I wiped everything off with the paper towels that I used for, you know, like my drip area and stuff like that. I wiped all that stuff off. You know, get the abundance of your stuff off, because, you know, if you get that stuff off, it makes it a little easier to clean. So yeah, you're gonna use a couple paper towels. It's just the way it works. But you use paper towels, you know, to catch all your grease and all that stuff. So you can reuse those towels. You don't have to use double the towels. Not at all. So some of that stuff, like I say, it just wipes right off. Look at that. It's not wiped right off that it's ready to use. I mean, don't get me wrong there, for sure. But if you can wipe a little bit of it off, you use less water. That's the whole idea here. Use less water. So, now you got this stuff all wiped off. All right. And we got it warming up a little bit. Okay, this here pan is important. You say, why is it important? Well, get it clean first, because you need clean water to clean dishes. So if you clean the inside of it really well, while your brush is still clean, you know, pour that water in there. Ain't a big thing. See how dirty that is down there? Because that's, you know, the grease and everything. So yeah, give it a little bit more. Get you a little bit more water. Get it in there. Put some water in there, because you're going to need it. So you're getting ready to clean most of the rest of your dishes. Clean. You got water in there. Soap, probably won't need any more of that soap. Turn that thing up a little bit. All right. Now what I like to do, because this top is really dirty. Hope you can see what the hell I got going on here. So. Leave soap on it, ain't gonna hurt anything. Soap and water on it. See that water in there? That water in that pan right there is clean and warm, or warming at least. But yes, I got grease on the trivet thing, so I gotta clean it too. Put it down in there. See, you can put your utensils in there if you want to. Ain't gonna hurt anything. Put them in there, let them soak a little bit. Every time you clean something, or you, I would say, soap something. See, soap. Put it in your dish pan. That's a good place for it. Put it in your dish pan. See? That cool. Clean, soapy and clean. Get that stuff back in there. So, turn your heat off now. You're gonna get yourself ready to go here in just a second. You're like, oh, what do I do with the water? Now I got all that dirty ass water. Well, you got all kinds of options. I can talk to you about them, I guess. You know them containers I got over there? Well, you could have one designated as your dirty water container. Absolutely. You could have a 3-liter container, and you could designate that as your dirty water container. Just get you a big old funnel, pour it right back in there, ain't no thing. Maybe you got a porto toilet. Some people do. Pour it down in there, and then whenever you go to your local, get ready of your matter, it'll go down the toilet with it, and it's treated. If you parked in the back of the truck stop like you ought to do, so that you get a little bit of walking or whatever, there's probably grass. Pour it out in the grass where people don't walk. It's not out on the asphalt. There's all kinds of ways to get rid of it. That's kind of up to you, whatever you choose. Let's see. So, ouch. What I like to do, like I say, you can do this with either a pump like I got, or you can do it with, jugs or whatever. So you start taking your pans that are soapy and clean, and being you still got, dirty in the pan there, you take one, you rinse it off. You can do that into there. Or can do them over each other, and as you're rinsing them, they rinse the next one, and so on and so forth. The thing about doing it this way, you are rinsing with cool water, but if you wash everything with hot water and wash it well, I've got a spot on there, don't I? Look at that. Cool water actually does a better job of rinsing off soap than hot water does. Get that stuff rinsed off and stacked up out of the way. So, got a little in there. You can give that a second clean if you want to. Notice how much cleaner that is, but it's still dirty. And that means you've got that opportunity to wash it. You can use that water and you can wash it again, and then you can do one more final rinse. All right, so do that final rinse, get those edges and all that stuff. Now it's good and clean. It's just got to be, you know, wiped off. Then you got your handy dandy dish towels. Just start wiping things off. Get them all dried up so you can put them back up. Absolutely. All right, let's see. So I've got a piece of stuff in there to keep it from rattling like hell. And in there, I put my big plate. You can put it in your microwave if you want to. I only use my big plate whenever I cook, so it goes in there, just like that. Boom, Bob's your auntie. Put your utensils in there. Your cooking utensils, anyways. You're gonna need your other utensils. You eat with those. Let's see. I got a. There it is. I got a one of those that goes in there. I got one of these that goes in there. Only need the trivet when I'm cooking too. So, get my plug. You only need the plug when you're cooking. Put that plug in there. Just like yay. Trivet in there. I got me a pot holder in case I ever need it, which I don't very dang often. Then I got another layer of this here stuff. What else? Sure can get your lid all dried offish. Put that bad boy right there on top. Voila! Look how much stuff goes in one spot. Absolutely. That on. That on. That on. Oh, just about there, ain't I? Oh, towel's getting a little dampish. Maybe I should find my other towel. because I know I got a second one. There it is, yay! It's amazing how much stuff you can lose in a small vehicle. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of water in there. So you gotta dry them off. Dry them off, rub spots off that you get. All right, let's see. So I got, you know, some of that stuff for all of my plates and all that stuff to where I can stack it all and don't have to worry about it. Stack inside the other one, stack on that one. It's, you know, it's in my microwave, so I didn't use my big bowl. That's my salad bowl, and whenever I use it for my other kind of breakfast, stack all that stuff up, and look at that. Goes right in your microwave. Ain't no thing. Chuck this stuff back in your dish pan. You ain't gonna need it no more. Put other stuff in your dish pan that you happen to be keeping in your dish pan because you ain't got no other place for it right now because you ain't figured out that organization. All right, now berries. Said I do berries. It's meal prep, so I'll do the berries. Put some berries in there. Don't get crazy, you gotta go put the lid on there. Get all that air out of there. You don't want a bunch of air in there. That's your dang food freezer burnt, whatever. All right, so you got some berries. We'll do some cheap stevia. Something like that, because you got, you know, 6-8 servings in there or whatever it is. Serving size teaspoon, so you got less than a gram of carbs in a teaspoon. Yep. So if you put 4 or 5 or 6 teaspoons on there, which I mean I don't even think I put that many, maybe 4, yeah. You're good to go, ain't no thing. Makes your stuff sweet. It doesn't give you all that sugar crap. Put a lid on it. As it defrosts, it all mixes in together. Everything's all good to go. Ready. It'll be good tomorrow. You don't want to eat it right now because they're frozen. How fun is it to eat frozen berries? You can put them in the microwave. Boy, that's a real pain in the cunnilingus. Because I've done that. Because you forget to bring your food prep out. Good Lord have mercy. But that's it. Yeah. So we're talking about cleanup and stuff like that. Well, I used to use this thing called Clorox Anywhere. Boy, that stuff was like hot damn. It worked really good. You didn't have to worry about rinsing or anything like that. Not really sure exactly what happened to it, but it kind of disappeared off the market. But Lysol has come out with theirs. Free from. No harsh chemical residue. If you'll read on it, it says that you don't have to rinse it. That is in the spray version. Well, this bottle looks different. It's still the same, they've changed it a little bit. These are the wipes. Same as this. Free from. But the wipes do say you have to rinse them. So, these are great wipes to use as your, you know, Clorox wipes or whatever to wipe out all your surfaces and stuff like that. You can even wipe off your plates and stuff like that with this if you want to, but then you gotta rinse it. With this is my day-to-day, because I'm like, you know, I only do my dishes, quote-unquote dishes, whenever I cook. But whenever I just eat daily, take a wipe everything off really good, you know, get the big heavy crusties off, give it a little spray, let this stuff sit on there for a few seconds, wipe it with a paper towel, good to go. Food safe. You don't gotta worry about carrying a bunch of water with you, making a bunch of mess or anything. So, you know, people are like, oh, I use Windex. Oh God, you can't use Windex. You can't use Windex on food surface. I mean, you try to kill yourself or what? You know, some people just don't